Glowing red eyes, flashing lights, the howl of a wolf that was never alive. This is Japan's newest line of defense, a robotic predator standing guard over farms and schoolyards as something far more dangerous closes in. Bears are walking into shops, into schools, into homes. The military is already on the ground, and the wild is winning. Japan's newest weapon against bears, it is turning to robotic predators as real ones press closer to towns and farms. The super monster wolf, a ferocious animatronic built by Hokkaido firm Ohta Seiki, has become a frontline deterrent as fatal bear encounters surge. A robotic wolf with glowing red eyes, flashing lights, and speakers blasting growls, gunshots, and human screams is now being deployed across rural Japan as the country faces a record surge in deadly bear encounters. The figure looms over fields, artificial fur, a pipe frame, an open-mouthed mask, and flashing red LED eyes that sweep the landscape. Speakers blast more than 50 recorded sounds. The unit turns its head and signals across a kilometre, powered by batteries and solar panels with motion sensors that wake the machine when an animal approaches. Orders have flooded in. The company reports roughly 50 requests this year, already outstripping normal demand, and says handmade production is forcing waits of 2 to 3 months. Units start at about $4,000 and are now being upgraded into wheeled patrol models and smaller versions for hikers and children. The reason is grim. Official data show more than 50,000 bear sightings nationwide and 13 deaths in the year to March, record levels that have pushed bears into homes, schools, train stations, and even shops. In parts of northern Japan, such as Akita, encounters are reported almost daily, and authorities have moved troops to help set traps and contain animals that stray into settlements. The crisis has become so severe that Japan has already deployed soldiers in parts of the country to help contain the bear surge. In Akita Prefecture, troops were sent into mountain communities after more than 100 people were injured and at least 12 killed in bear attacks nationwide within months. Soldiers in white helmets and bulletproof vests helped set traps, transport hunters, and patrol areas where bears were repeatedly entering residential neighborhoods. For farmers who watch orchards emptied and crops trampled, the monster wolf is a stark, urgent solution. Half scarecrow, half sentinel. A mechanical predator that howls and never tires may buy time. But with bears roaming towns and schools, the question remains, can a monster wolf keep a country safe when the wild is closing in?
Japan's military deployed troops to the country's mountainous north on November 5th to help trap bears after an urgent request from local authorities struggling to cope with a wave of attacks. The operation began in the town of Kazuno, where residents for weeks have been told to avoid the thick forests that surround it, stay home after dark, and carry bells to deter bears that might forage near their homes for food. Kazuno Mayor Shinji Sasamoto said that the people felt the danger every day after meeting 15 or so soldiers who rolled into town in an army truck and several jeeps, equipped with body armor and large maps.
We are constantly cooperating with the self-defense forces on matters such as sporting events and natural disasters. In the current situation, our main aim is to establish a robust relationship among our personnel. Then, through countermeasures against bears, we aim to achieve our primary goal of protecting our residents.
There have been more than 100 bear attacks with a record 12 people killed across Japan in the year since April, according to the Environment Ministry. 2/3 of those deaths were in Akita Prefecture, where Kazuno is located, and nearby Iwate. Authorities in Akita say bear sightings have jumped sixfold this year to more than 8,000, prompting the prefecture's governor to request help from Japan's self-defense forces last week.
There are a lot of bears in this area, and so the awareness of bears is very high. Regrettably, however, we have seen around 7 casualties this year. No matter how careful people are with the bear population this high, the number of incidents is not decreasing.
The troops will help transport, set and inspect the box traps used to capture the bears, but they are called by trained hunters with weapons more suited to that purpose. After Kazuno, a town of around 30,000 people known for its hot springs, dramatic landscapes and variety of sweet apples, the soldiers will head for the cities of Odate and Kitakita under an agreement due to last until the end of the month. A spate of fatal bear attacks across Japan has dominated local news for weeks, prompting the government to send soldiers to one of the most affected areas. At least 12 people have been killed by bears so far in the year starting April, exceeding the previous high of 6 in 2023, according to government data. Most of the victims have been elderly people in the country's sparsely populated Tohoku region. The attacks have driven up demand for bear spray and rifles, sending shares of Tiemco and Miroku soaring 95% and 27% this year, far outpacing the Topix Index 19% gain. Trading volumes have surged, even as Tiemco reported losses and cut its outlook amid weak clothing sales. Japan has 2 types of bears, the Hokkaido brown bear and the smaller Asiatic black bear, which inhabits the rest of Japan. The estimated median population for the Hokkaido brown bear tripled over the past 30 years to about 11,700, according to material from a cross-ministerial meeting last year. There are no specific population figures available for the Asiatic black bear. Climate change may be limiting bears' natural food sources, driving them to search outside normal hunting areas. Additionally, demographic changes in Japan are altering traditional wildlife management plans. Rural areas are experiencing rapid depopulation, with fewer hunters able to cull the bear population.